This is to certify that movie
Twats.
has been classified for live streaming.
Hey!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another weekly live stream of Movie Chats. Steve, how has your week been, sir?
Yeah, it's not been too bad, mate. First day off today, so nice and enjoying it. How's you?
Yeah, it's been a busy week, but yeah, nice and sunny. It's been out there.
I was gonna say it looks like it's been a busy week in the sun because you've got like goggle eyes.
It's the lighting in here.
Are you sure it's not when you're cruising in your
Yeah,
in your
I did.
little
I did
car?
take the Mazda to work today. I did.
Did you
It
have
was
like
a little bit.
driving goggles on or what?
Yeah, you know what it is. You know, my safety glasses are tinted, so they're like sunglasses. So because they wrap around all here, then yeah, they're not bad little safety glasses, to be fair.
You need to protect the rest of your head. Look at it.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
I look like a ghost compared to you on this, but fucking hell.
Lana keeps saying to me, I need to put SPF on, or I'm going to look like a raisin. And she's probably right. Right, let's see who we got in. So we've got Stephen. Good evening, Stephen. Welcome. I think it's the first time we've seen you on one of our streams, isn't it, Steve? Welcome. Chris is in. I'm glad the move went okay. I'm glad you and Bill are happy in your conservatory, probably watching us at this moment in time. Hello, Cement. How you doing? Marc's in. Good evening, Marc. He's in the green room, waiting patiently to come on. Kieran's here. Thank you for joining us, Kieran. Kevin Hawthorne's joined us all the way over from Florida. Good evening, Pat. Thank you for joining us. Adam, we're seeing lots of new names here. So I take it these are all to do with our guest coming on, not the fact that we are growing a support base.
It's either that or it's Jeff with his multiple different personas.
Multiple accounts, that's it. Now, without further ado, let's bring on the main man himself. Now, as you know, we've been watching Blue Harvest for a while. I have been dying to get him on the show, but me not asking him and our calendars not matching on previous invites, we are pleased to announce here's Marc from Blue Harvest Toys. Good evening, sir.
Wow, what an introduction. Yeah, brought me on Entourage with me. It's a Blue Harvest parade.
Hey, guys.
How's your week been, sir? You've been all right?
Oh, busy. Because I went to Blackpool over the weekend. I'm behind on things and behind on eBay packages and videos, and I've got so much footage for the weekend. I've just spent today just making videos. So there's a load of videos going up on my Patreon.
Yeah, I did see this stuff. Some of the stuff that you've been to Blackpool.
Yeah. There's a lot of footage from Blackpool. Unfortunately, because Blackpool, there's no signal there. I couldn't live stream as much as I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had to make it up with videos.
Blackpool is still in the 90s.
Yeah, very, very bad. Very bad. I mean, I go quite pretty regularly, and because I've been on Virgin Media, and obviously Virgin Media have turned over to O2.
Yeah,
and it seems like O2 just don't have any signal over there. They've got a bloody big tower there. Why don't they use that? You know.
Well,
is there somewhere we can put the signal?
Yeah.
Can't put my finger on it.
Big metal object.
Up here where we are, we've got two of the three masts in Ellesmere Port are out at the moment because they're getting 5G upgraded. On the way to work, you go past Starsbury, and you've got a black spot for O2 and Vodafone. So my work phone and personal phone don't work. And it's the same as you head towards Knutsford as well. As you go down, you've got like a whole motorway junction where you get no signal at all for anyone. It's bonkers trying to contact anyone. So we're planning on going to Blackpool in September. We are going to stay over the night. We're taking the Mazda up because one of my things I've always wanted to do since I was young was drive through the lights with the soft top down.
Yeah,
you know, I think that'd be really, really cool. I know Lana's really excited, aren't you, babe? Yes.
Yeah, that's something I want to do again. It's been too many years since I did the Illuminations.
Yeah, I used to do that as a kid.
If they've changed since then.
So I always want to take my lads to see them. Obviously, back in the day, they were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do it. It's just drive through with the roof down. You look like a bit of a pillock. You're gonna have your big coat on, your big ass, and all your scarf and everything.
Hey,
but
it's Blackpool. Hey, I walk through the centre of Blackpool with my Indiana Jones stuff on, and nobody batted an eyelid. So don't worry about it.
Because that's normal there. That's why.
Yeah. There's usually people walking around with whips in Blackpool. So, okay, Mark, I'm conscious that we haven't give you the featured actor. However, it is a very easy one, and she's only been in probably about 5 memorable things as a male to discuss.
She's very memorable herself, isn't she? So
yes, she is.
For a
So
couple of reasons, yeah.
Let's jump into featured actors, shall we? Okay, so this week's featured actress, not actor, is Salma Hayek. Now, my God, as a young man growing up, when you've got the likes of From Dusk Till Dawn and Dogma, she's sort of ingrained in your mind, isn't she? For several reasons through
her acting ability. You mean
her acting ability? Yes. Yeah. And then when you see her in stuff like Desperado and stuff like that throughout, then she's sort of one of these that sort of played the sex interest in a lot of films, love interest in a lot of films, in very early days, and it's quite clear why. What films and performances stood out for you guys, and why? And more importantly, have you seen him in the new Magic Mike?
No, I haven't. Unfortunately, Magic Mike wasn't at the top of my list for watching this year. We've got Dusk Till Dawn, as we said. I like her in Grown Ups. The 2 movies. I did notice when I was doing a check that there's actually a 2023 or 24. There's going to be a Grown Ups 3.
Yeah,
which was a surprise. And Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah,
that was the one I enjoyed. Dogma, as you say, and there's one called 54, which is a bit of a cult movie that I really love. That's pretty much all I've got for her, really, to be honest. She said she's in The Faculty, but I don't remember in The Faculty.
I think she's only in it for about 5 minutes, isn't she? Is she the nurse? If I remember correctly,
she might be. It's been a while since I've watched that, but I did enjoy that film when I was younger.
I think she's the school nurse when he turned. I think she's only in it for about 5 or 10 minutes at the most.
Was she in Hitman's Bodyguard? She was in the second one, wasn't she? Was
the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah. Quite enjoy them films. I know that they're slocky, but I mean,
the thing is, the one I've seen her, the thing I've seen her in recently is obviously Black Mirror in the new series. She's in one of the episodes of that, and if I remember rightly, that episode's like an hour and 20 minutes long, so it's basically a film. Great, 54. Like I say, it's one of my favourite films. That is. I've also got a release from Dog Wolf, which is a Studio 54 documentary, which is pretty cool about the studio. But yeah, as soon as I saw that movie, I really enjoy it. She was good.
Yeah, I know she wasn't a big part in Faculty, but yeah.
I'm surprised you remembered that, mate. So well done to you. That.
Yeah. Like I said, the stand. Just for scenes in Dogma when she's serendipity, I want to say. When she's in Dogma. What's that? It was one of my first DVDs I bought from Dusk Till Dawn.
Was it? Did you not splash? Did you think I'm going to splash out on the DVD and not the VHS version? the one that higher quality.
Talking about splashing out.
So when I got my first proper job, I was 18. I was working in a secondary school as an IT technician. And I got my first wages. And I remember getting off the bus at Runcorn Shopping City and walking through. And at the time, there was Dixon's in the corner. And I walked into Dixon's. I'd just been paid, walked into Dixon's, and I bought a DVD player and 10 DVDs. Right? And this is when this is when they were all brand new. This is when everything was really expensive. And I must have spent about 500 quid, right? My first
DVD player was about 300 and odd, I think.
My first paycheck, I must have only got paid about 800 quid, 900 quid, and I just blew half of it on the. And I remember going home and they had the big boxes and all the carrier bags and everything. And I walked through the door. And my mum beat the shit out of me for spending all the money and not giving the housekeeping first. I was just like, oh, brilliant. But I had a DVD player, and and that's where my fascination with sort of like collecting and stuff. Yeah, it was a bonkers day. I think the bloke in Dixon's didn't know what hit him when I walked through that door.
Do you take cash?
Did you get the high definition? Did you get the high quality SCART lead as well? The gold plated one.
The gold plated one, yeah, for 15 quid.
Yeah, I got the fucking joke.
Because no one wanted the £3 SCART lead. Everyone wanted the gold plated one.
I've still got that one to this day. I think the one I bought.
Yeah. So there was that. There was Dust Till Dawn, Gladiator, and Top Gun. I want to say were the three that stick out. Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow was another one.
Yeah.
And I think everybody had them first five, but regardless, because they only had like 20 to choose from at first.
But back in the day where your DVDs had that plastic bit on the side, though, there was that cardboard.
It was a cardboard front and back with a plastic sliver.
Yeah.
They're
all right, those. I like those.
Yeah, it weren't a bad design. I enjoyed that as well.
The only thing about those DVDs is the early days when they were double-sided and you had to...
Oh, God, yeah.
Turn it over. Yeah.
Turn it over.
Yeah. Or halfway through Gladiator, through one of the fight scenes, and it's put disc 2 in.
Yeah.
And then you've got to wait 15 minutes for it to get through all the piracy and trailers again on disc 2.
Yeah.
What always got me right is when you watch like a VHS or you watched a DVD and it was advertising Blu-ray, it shows a clip in high definition. It's like, we can give you this quality, but we're not going to give you it on this format. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the difference between, and you're like, well, just give me that then. No, you have to buy a completely different system for that.
Yeah, so we'll get on to the new Indiana Jones in a minute because
really don't want to hear my thoughts.
I've not seen it yet. Little Steve won't see it this time next year, so don't worry about that much. But we'll get Marc's thoughts on it.
Well, you say that the Flash is coming onto digital in 18th of July or something.
Yeah, it'll be on Disney. It'll be on Disney Plus in a couple of weeks. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So
you never know. Indy might be on by August.
Good evening, Ricky.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want the keys? You don't have the keys.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going to see Indiana Jones.
Nice one, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm sort of one of those in the mindset you've got to see it, regardless how bad it is, because it's meant to be his last one, isn't it? So
listen. I don't do reviews. I do waffles, and I always say, form your own opinion. Go see it. Form your own opinion. So everybody's different.
Adam, Rise of the Beast.
You had to give him the opening there, didn't you, Adam?
Rise of the Beast. Right. Let me explain my love-hate for that Rise of the Beast. I don't like Beast Wars. Never have done.
Oh, really?
Okay. So when we got Beast Wars, then you got Kingdom on Netflix, which was Beast Wars orientated. I was like, right, okay, we're done. Then they announced Rise of the Beasts, and I was like, not really interested. Then I saw the first trailer, and that piqued my interest. Then I saw the second trailer, and little Steve would tell you, I was like a kid in a fucking candy store when that second trailer came out. I was like, wow, right? And then I watched it, And what did I say to you, Steve, minutes after watching it?
I can't remember, mate, but I don't think it was great.
Yeah, it wasn't brilliant. The characters aren't aligned. My big bugbear is that they've changed Wheeljack again. They got me all excited when I saw that Wheeljack at the first couple of minutes of Bumblebee. And I was like, brilliant. And then they give me another Wheeljack. And then they've pulled a hot rod on us as well by giving them a silly accent. The human characters don't need to be in there. You could have had this film without them. I really enjoyed Mirage. I don't like the way that they turned them into jazz, but I do enjoy Mirage. And there's a great nod to another franchise as well during the film. If you're not a big Transformers fan, watch it. You're all right. Go and watch it. But you don't do Unicron justice. This is the second film now out the last three that they've tried to do Unicron, and it's failed. Yeah, there's plenty of plot holes in it, but it's not connecting to another story.
Yeah.
It's not a follow-on from Bumblebee, and it's not a follow-on from The Last Night, and it's not setting up a sequel either. So it's sort of
that gets me. Why not?
Yeah.
So disjointed, isn't it?
Yeah, and you've got some good points in there as well. Like I say, Mirage is brilliant. There's a bit in it I wish they actually follow through, where it takes the focus off a certain character, a bit part character that's been made mainstream in the last 20 years for whatever reason. There's a bit that takes the focus away from him, but they don't follow it through.
Do you think it's like a bit of a soft reboot to see if there's another sort of franchise they can get into?
Bumblebee was your soft reboot.
Yeah.
You've already had Bumblebee.
That was good.
Yeah, I get that. I enjoyed that.
Well,
like a refresh then, because obviously it's involving different Transformers as well, isn't it?
But it's not. It's got the same Transformers in it.
Yeah, but more additional ones. I mean,
I like the fact you can see behind me there. There's RC, right? You recognise RC in this one. In the Michael Bay movies, she's just she's a motorbike, isn't she, in one of them? And then she's an extended motorbike in the other one. And you don't know it's RC until someone goes, "Oh, they just killed RC." And you're like, right, okay, it could have been anyone. In this one, you know it's RC, you know it's Mirage, you know it's Bumblebee, you know it's Prime.
Yeah.
The Maximals weren't great, in my opinion. The storyline behind the Maximals wasn't brilliant. And Scourge, they ruined Scourge as well for me. They tried to do what they did with Lockdown in The Last Night with Scourge in this one.
Yeah,
where they made them a really baddie sort of assassin sort of thing. But like I say, they ruined Unicron, ruined them completely. But there you go. That's my views on Transformers. If you're not so bothered about a good storyline that connects to the wider universe, go and watch it. It's probably a good standalone film. But for somebody that like me that knows.
Well, this is the thing: is that you're critiquing it from a different point of view, aren't you? Potentially the sort of normal audience might just go in there and turn the brains off like every other Michael Bay sort of movie and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Rather than you're critiquing it from a crazed maniac fan side of it.
I want a live action.
You don't get what you want.
No, I know, but I want a live action 2.5 hour war on Cybertron. That's all I want. Just give me that.
The studios won't allow it. They want humans to be in it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, if Disney had hold of it, you'd have a nice live action movie by now.
Yeah. Anyway, Salma Hayek. Where are we up to with that? Right.
Going back to the indie film, I'm so surprised on how much it didn't even feel like an indie film. I do hope you enjoy it, Big Steve, but like Mark, everyone said it's different and likes different things. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to go see it again. I will go see it again and just...
Hey, Rich.
Might be better second time. It's just because I am, like you said, rabid indie fan that it's just a disappointment in it, really.
I think the trailer shows lots of nods to previous films and previous comments and little throwaways, and
no,
I think that's what's intriguing me about it. But the fact, like you say, Mike next door, who's got his own channel, Jurassic Parks. Please go and subscribe to Mike, by the way. He goes regularly to the cinema. They go once a week. And the fact that he hasn't spoke to me about Indiana Jones, and he went to see that on Wednesday.
Yeah,
and he's not even messaged me to say what he's thought of it.
Yeah.
You know, and again, Mike likes his Transformers, but he says it's really, really good. He give it an 8 out of 10. Transform, and I wouldn't have scored it an 8 out of 10. It's more, a lot further down. But
yeah,
everyone's different,
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to seeing that. The Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's just no heart in it. There's no humor in it. There's got to be humor with Indiana Jones. It's just disappointing. It's like when your team loses. You'd know about that.
Yeah, he would.
Sorry. It's like that. You're disappointed in them. It's like when you see your favorite Indiana Jones is Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite film of all time, and he's obviously my favorite character. So to see him not be good, it's devastating.
But he's about 300 at this point, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you know one film that does that for me is The Meg. We went to see The Meg on IMAX, and I don't know if it was just my positioning on IMAX where I was sat. Yeah. I just didn't enjoy that format at all. I then watched it again when I got home, and I thought, you know what, this is actually quite an enjoyable film. And it's one of the films now that I could just keep putting on and on and on if I've got like an hour and a half to wait and really enjoy a good film. So I've got high hopes for The Meg too.
Yeah.
And I just hope it doesn't let me
you've
down.
got to be in the mood, haven't you, for certain films?
Yeah.
You're in the right mood.
But I think because of the seats that we got in the IMAX and the way that the screen bends, and I couldn't see probably that side of the screen, and this side seemed too gross to me. And I don't think I was sat in the middle enough to appreciate what.
There was just too much going on that you couldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're at the back of it, then you've got like almost like a curved screen, haven't you? And it's like.
Mm-hmm.
It must be difficult to watch them, to be honest.
Yeah, you want. I think that's I think that goes for any fan of any franchise. You want something to be awesome, and then you look at fans of the Fast and the Furious, right? Fast 9 was a bit meh, but Fast 10 is all right. That's actually quite an enjoyable film. But you've had 3 or 4 films before that have gone, why you even made this?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with that franchise. It's that, and this is going to pain me to say it, it's the same as Star Trek Beyond. Why did you even bother trying to make Star Trek Beyond? It just baffles me. Evening, Gareth. Thank you for joining us. Late as ever, but thank you anyway.
Nice one, mate.
I mean, they were talking about reshoots with the indie film, and the only reshoot I could see is when, can I say spoilers? He does go back in time, and he wants to stay there. I think that he stayed there originally, and he got brought back to 1969. And there's a bit in the end where it's going towards his hat. His hat's on a peg, and it's going towards his hat, and it's gonna close, and he grabs it. So, have they changed their minds? And are they going to do another movie? That's what I'm thinking.
I hope not.
I hope not. after this. I hope not.
There'll be Indiana Jones and the stair lift of
Yeah,
Doom or something, won't it?
yeah.
You know? They'll roll a mountain. They'll be in a head jar from Futurama or something. There you go.
Yeah, with his hat on.
So,
Yeah.
Salma Hayek then.
Right, yeah. Back on topic, Steve. Thank you very much. I think we've covered that now, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'd like to see it in a serious role to see what she'd be like as a serious actor. Not that her films aren't serious, but like I say,
Seen it.
Yeah, the likes of Dust Till Dawn and Dogma and Grown Ups and stuff like that, and even Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. The list goes. They're not real serious sort of roles, are they? Would you like to see her in something like another version of, say, Erin Brockovich or something like that, where she's playing somebody through?
I don't have any preferences with Salma Hayek, to be honest with you, anyway. If I'm brutally honest with you, she can do whatever she wants. It really doesn't bother me. I would rather. There's a few actresses that I'd like to see do those different things, but I think Salma Hayek is another one where she's sort of played a certain type of role, hasn't she?
Have you not seen Puss in Boots? What's that? I was quite disappointed in The Irishman. Mob movies are my thing. De Niro looked as old as King Tut. Yeah, that's your problem now when you've got that generation of actor.
Yeah, they de-aged him, didn't they? In that,
yeah,
like they did Indy. I mean, that's probably the best bit of the film is the beginning bit where they de-age him, but it just takes you out of it.
Not as much as Superman's mustache.
Oh yeah.
You're in trouble.
Ruined it.
You're in trouble when you've got De Niro, who's played granddad roles in the last 5 out of his 10 movies, and then they throw him into something where he's been known to do, you know, the Godfather, the Casinos, the Goodfellas, things like that. Heat, all brilliant films, and then
But the thing is that a lot of the newer generations won't have seen him as that. They've seen him as the grandpa, and do you know what I mean? And it's only sort of our generation and before us that are sort of sat there going, "This is shit compared to what he used to do."
Mm.
I don't particularly find him too funny in those. I mean, things like Playbook Silver Lining Playbook was all right, but anything sort of past that was just
what was the one he did with Zac Efron? Was it Bad Grandpa?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Dirty Grandpa is the Jackass one, isn't it? So Bad Grandpa is the one he did with Zac Efron, and like you say, I don't find him particularly funny in that.
No.
But and Al Pacino, all I can remember is Al Pacino in what's the Adam Sandler one where he's got twins.
Oh yeah. Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, that's the one. What's it called? Because you were laughing at me the other week when I mentioned it when we were talking about Al Pacino
in an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Come on, chat, because I can't remember it. I remember them being together in it, but I don't remember what the bloody film is. Can I have a quick scout at you?
Didn't he wanted $79 million to make that film, and they got all those companies on board to sponsor him as well.
Yeah.
Big scam. That's all it is.
Wasn't Click. Jack and Jill.
That's it. Yeah.
Jack and Jill.
Got all his mates to play all the parts.
Well, he always does, doesn't he?
Give them all the money.
There was a presentation to him a few months back that I saw online, and half his mates that were doing speeches were like, "If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a career." Let's do another 20 movies together.
Midnight Run. Now, I really enjoyed Midnight Run. We had AJ on a couple of months ago, and he recommended that as a homework movie for us, and I've never heard of it before. But yeah, that was a really enjoyable film. I think you bought a physical copy of it, Steve, didn't you? Just after watching
I did,
that.
Yeah. Midnight Run, I did.
Right, let's jump into homework movie, and then we can talk to Mark after that about his collections.
Okay.
So, this week's homework movie was recommended to be put on the wheel by Paul at Magpie Movies. It was Joe's Apartment. Now, I've never heard of this film. I'm not really a big Jerry O'Connell fan, apart from stuff like Sliders, and think he was great in that. However, I really enjoyed it. I just found it awful but funny at the same time.
Like 90s comedy, you mean?
Yeah, it was awful and funny at the same time. Mark, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no. I looked it up once you said what it was. So yeah, it's one of I'm gonna try and find now.
It's on YouTube. You get it for free on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, I'll watch that then.
Yeah, if you search on YouTube, there's an option to buy and rent it, and then the next one down is the movie that's free. Well done, YouTube. Good job.
Yeah, cause I've been finding a lot of free movies on YouTube just because I've been doing research on Indiana Jones and all the movies that came before it, and they're nearly all free on YouTube, which is good.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was in Stand By Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The big
he was, yeah.
I like his wife.
Could have played Cartman.
I do like his wife.
Joe's Apartment. Now, he's a bit of a silly lad that moves over from Idaho,
is it?
Idaho, yeah.
Sorry, what did you say?
Idaho.
I was going to say... I was going to say Iowa, but it's not Iowa, is it? It's
I don't know, mate. It's something that begins with an I, but it's definitely not Idaho.
No.
Or a hidey ho. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway,
Idaho.
Idaho.
Listen here, you Christmas whatever, Mr. Hankies. Anyway, he's moved from one side of the states to the other. Right, and he's not very,
New York.
He's not very streetwise, and it's a funny film when they introduce him, and the next thing there's talking and dancing cockroaches, right?
So you class this as a musical, Steve? At this point,
it is a musical.
I had to ask myself earlier. I was like, "Is Steve going to say this is a musical?"
It is a musical. No, it's not a musical. No, it's not. It's a film with... I don't know.
It's a dancing movie.
For those that have joined that don't usually watch the channel, I despise musicals. I can't stand them.
It's all true for a musical.
Go and watch my review.
You don't like Blues Brothers?
I love the Blues Brothers.
Well, that's a musical.
Yeah, and Little Shop of Horrors as well. I like that. But given those two... The rest of that, I hate the rest.
Moulin Rouge?
No. Go and watch my review video, The Greatest Showman, and I think that sums up my hatred for musicals. To the fact that I've no longer got a copy of The Greatest Showman. Anyway, yeah, so they've got singing and dancing cockroaches. The cockroaches befriend him and help him along the way. It's just a silly, enjoyable film. I was laughing at certain points. The bit where he was having his first date and he took her back home, and all the cockroaches were under the cushions or they're in the couch
everywhere. Yeah.
When he sits on the couch and you can hear them go and stuff like that. It's just a good, silly film.
Did that building remind you of the one from Batteries Not Included?
Yes. without the cafe underneath it.
Yeah, I sort of got the batteries not included vibe with that place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes to New York and finds that everywhere he's looking for is like so expensive he can't afford anywhere. And by sheer luck he ends up getting this place that's got like a what did he say? It was like a time frozen rent on it or something, wasn't it? Yeah. So, but it's in an area where they're trying to get rid of the residents so that they can build this big penitentiary prison. But this is like the one last building that's sort of stood there. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't do any research into the movie, Steve. I didn't watch any trailers or anything. So when I sort of started it, and he's like writing home to his mum, going, "I got here safely," and then the next mug, and then he's like, "I got here almost safely," or something like that, and then he gets mugged again. He's like mugged 3 times.
Yeah,
and then the next thing you know, there's a cockroach appear on your screen. I was sort of like, right, okay, I didn't expect this. And then the sort of camera work as the intro with this flying cockroach all over, like I would say New York or somewhere, wherever it is. And yeah, I mean, it's only like 1 hour 39, but it's definitely got that MTV movie twist to it, if that makes any sense. Like the feel of it is an MTV movie.
So there you go. Adam say an interesting fact. While most of the cockroaches were computer generated, there was 2,000 real cockroaches used during filming.
Nah, I'm all right, thanks. I don't think I'll be there.
No, but I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed the bit at the end where they go, right, guys, if we play our cards right, you know, and then they sort of take over everywhere. It's good fun. It is good fun. Mark, since you're going to watch it, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Oh yeah, it's all right.
Turn your brain off and just imagine it happening.
Yeah.
Right? That, you know, it is definitely one of those films where you've had a hard day in work and you just want to shut off and relax, crack open a beer and have a laugh.
Yeah, it's definitely worth one of those watches, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see, the thing is that when I sat down to watch it, I'm there, like, I just cooked me dinner. Thought, right, I'll sit down and watch this movie. It probably wasn't the best idea to do that.
And he opens the pizza box.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we got anybody remember the god awful show Cop Rock?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, when
Yes,
the
dude,
credits are rolling.
right.
Yeah, when the cockroaches are singing the 50th dance hit of the evening. Yeah.
During the musical, you mean?
Yeah.
Aren't you? I must point you back to the fact that it's an MTV production.
Right.
MTV being known for music.
Yeah. But like you, Steve, I didn't do any research. I didn't watch any trailers. I didn't read anything about it. At least I knew what we were watching 3 hours before we came on. Little Steve did message me about 2:00 this afternoon saying,
"No, it fucking wasn't.
It was. Did we spin the wheel and what was the homework?"
Bloody 2:00. It was about dinner time, maybe even before that. 8:57. I've got there.
That's not when you messaged me.
Yeah, according to my phone, it was. So obviously you can't figure out what time of day it is. Mind you, you have been up since 4:00 by that point, so that's like fucking 3 p.m. for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, just cats fighting in the car park.
Right. Okay.
That's what, if you can hear it, that's what that is.
Yeah, because I said to you, it just threw us off with Monday. It threw me off a bit. I was like, I can't remember doing the wheel. I bloody hope we did. Because and it was this morning. Because when I went out today, I was looking for it just in case. Because there's only about 5 copies of it in the whole of CEX.
Mm.
Hey, Luke.
What's going on?
2 cats like
Are they? Right, okay. Lana's come into my room so she can see the cats fighting in the car park. Take the camera so you can film the show.
the live action
Live
outside.
cat fighting.
No, your hand's in the way. Yeah, just a little bit.
No, you can't see it, unfortunately.
No,
Zoom
right,
in.
okay.
Oh, he's back.
There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the film. So, thank you, Paul, for your recommendation. You know, when I put it on and I did see the talking cockroaches, I was thinking to myself, this is going to be one of those fucking awful puppy movies, isn't it? Where, you know, the puppies all talk to each other like Garfield or Space Pups or whatever they were. But it wasn't. It was actually quite enjoyable. I did enjoy it.
It's literally like they must have pitched it and gone, we're going to make these
Rob.
cockroaches likable.
Yeah.
But what?
What was the name? One was one Clive and one Ralph or something.
Yeah, Rolf, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. and then the cockroach porn channel. The R-rated roach. And he comes in with his gimp suit.
I think you might watch that again, mightn't you?
It was funny, but I would watch it. I would watch it. Good evening, Rob. Thank you for joining us, mate. We're just talking about Joe's apartment. Yeah. Sai's asking what TV series are you guys currently watching, and what would you recommend? I've just watched the whole lot of The Witcher again because season 3's out soon.
It's out today.
Is it out today? And
Yeah.
I've watched
Silo.
I've watched Silo, which I've really enjoyed, and I've watched The Silent Sea on Netflix, and I really enjoyed them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've had a busy week,
Titans,
then, yeah?
I'm halfway through the latest series of Titans as well, Baz. Yeah. I've watched quite a lot of TV this week.
I've been watching Secret Invasion. Really enjoyed that.
Is it good?
Yeah. I watched it being filmed in Leeds last year. So
You've seen much of it then.
What? Amelia Clark was filming this scene for like all day.
Yeah.
And it's like 3 seconds.
Oh no, really?
Episode.
Were you hoping someone drops a bomb on Leeds?
Well, no, it was Halifax they actually bombed.
Was it Halifax?
It was Halifax. It was Peace Hall in Halifax where they filmed the bombing. But yeah, it's just every. I'm not really focusing on the story. I'm looking. Oh, there's that bit. Where's that bit? No, man,
I like that when Captain America was filmed in Liverpool, or when Fast and the Furious did the tunnel chase through Birkenhead Tunnel and stuff like that. You were like, oh, I know that. Oh, I like that. And when Batman was in Liverpool and Glasgow, you saw, wow, I recognise all of that now from those.
It's amazing how many are actually filmed in this country now.
Yeah. But I haven't seen Secret Invasion. I am waiting for it to get a couple of episodes in so I can binge it.
Yesterday. It's really good.
I have started Strange New Worlds, so I'm 2 episodes behind on Strange New Worlds. No, I'm 2 episodes behind.
It was okay. It was a time travel episode, so yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, but no, I'm waiting for The Witcher because this is the last one with Henry Cavill, isn't it? And then they move on to Luke Hemsworth in season 4. And then that's going to be the last series of The Witcher. So I'm intrigued where that goes. I was a big fan of The Witcher games, to be fair.
Yeah, I liked the first season. I watched it like 3 times over.
Yeah, it took me a couple of episodes in to realise that there's 3 different timelines.
Yeah, it took me about 3, 4.
Yeah, to realise.
You watch it, then you have to start again and then you realise,
Yeah, it took me about 4 episodes in to realise that they're all different timelines.
Yeah.
So going back to Joe's apartment, I would really recommend you watching the film. It's a great. Just let your hair down. I know I've not got much hair before little dickhead over there says it. You know who I'm talking to. Yeah. So yeah, go and I recommend you go and watch it. Let your hair down, open a beer, and just have a laugh. It is quite a funny film. We'll put Mark on the spot at the end of the show, so we'll give him chance now to think about a movie to recommend for homework for next week. So you've got some time to think.
You want to spin the actor wheel then?
No, we'll do that at the end.
Okay.
Let's move on. Let's go down chit chat lane. So, Mark, one of the reasons why we've brought you on is obviously that great big collection behind you. We know that you're a big toy buff.
That's just a green screen.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Now, there is one thing I can't see on there is the big Enterprise. Where's that gone?
That's on top of me top over here.
That's top there. Now, for those of you who've not seen
there we go.
Mark's channel, there you go. So for those that haven't seen Mark's channel before, there's with the big thing on it.
Everybody has an arcade machine just in the middle of a room.
Yeah.
Well, it's normal.
You got to, you?
Hey,
I was looking at another one yesterday as well, so I was
really?
Can I fit another one in?
So, which part of your collection do you like? Is just glancing behind you, I can see Ahsoka, I can see Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is my favourite there.
Yeah,
Marty McFly.
That's my layer collection there.
Of course it is,
including signed Carrie Fisher Black Series. Yeah, Hot Toys are a big thing for me as well. They're expensive, but they're so good.
Yeah.
The only thing is I need Doc Brown to go with mine.
Yeah, definitely.
I would love to find, do you know the Three Centurions? I'd love to find them in the wild. I think they'll make a good collection piece and a good addition to mine. But yeah,
in the TV program, the Centurions.
From the TV show, the cartoon, yeah. So, like I said, I just look at your collection and I love watching the auction videos as well when you're watching the auctions and watching your sourcing videos and stuff like that. I know you're quite sort of vocal about stores like HMV and the way that they've gone with what they're trying to sell. Where do you see the future of stores like HMV? Because, like you say, they've sort of gone from media, but they're still very overpriced on the collectibles, and they're not really in touch, are they, with the current market?
I mean, I suggested that they'd started selling things like that to them. Whether they listen to me or not, I don't know. But yeah, like you said, they really are touching. The prices are ridiculous. When you've got game that are selling them for half that price, Entertainer, the do deals. There's just too many. It's killing independent stores. I like to go to independent stores. I've got Cosmic Toys in the area. I've got Forever Retro. Went to Blackpool. There's like 3 great toy shops over there as well. That's why I go to Blackpool a lot. And I'd rather go to an independent store and give them my money than HMV. But HMV have got the same stocking week after week after week because of that price. And with Hasbro putting the price up as well, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
I mean, I went in Smith's yesterday. After I went to see Indiana Jones, I went in Smith's. They did not have one Marvel Legends. No retro. They had 3 Black Series. And they had, I mean, I know it's a toy store, but they had mostly Jurassic Park. They had a lot of Marvel stuff, but it were all like kiddie related, Spider-Man, things like that. There's no adult collectibles there.
No Transformers.
And I remember after Solo, after Last Jedi and Solo, Smith stopped selling Star Wars totally. And I think they've started to do it again. I think they're getting to that point where nobody's buying it, so why should we buy it in?
Yeah.
So they were just selling it at the end. They were selling it off at the end, especially Marvel Legends. Like there's wave after wave after wave, and they're just buying it in and having to sell it off because nobody's buying it at that price point.
Adam's got a question for you here. What online toy shops would you recommend to
In Demand?
order stuff from?
In Demand. That's where I buy all my indie figures from In Demand. You get loyalty points, and you know it gives you money off as well. I mean, these are action figures. There's so many, but In Demand for me.
I do like going into a little toy shop. There's a couple by us, and I've mentioned them quite a bit on the streams. The Starbase 55s on the up the road from us in Ellesmere Market. And I really enjoy going in and just having a look at what he's got and having a chat with the bloke about the different Transformers and stuff. And I've traded some stuff in recently, and I got a Transformers Siege Shockwave with all the gizmos and gadgets. You normally if you look on them online, he's overpriced, and you don't get all the accessories with them because people have lost them or sold them or whatever. And I've got everything there, and we did a really good deal there. So I do enjoy, and this is one of the reasons why I want to go to Blackpool, because I've seen your videos there, and Lana's like, you're not dragging me around the shops all day. Well, you can sod off in the pub and I'll go shopping, stuff like that. I'm just made up just having to wander around, and I walk into HMV, and I've got this thing with CEX now where I'm bored walking into CEX and seeing the same stuff on the shelves in every CEX. And HMV is the same. I walk around the figures and I'm like, yeah, I've seen that one, that one.
There's dust that thick on top of their figures in HMV.
Yeah.
Because nobody's buying them.
No.
So, like you said, they will stop. We'll still stop stocking them at one point. Mm-hmm. They'll think it's not worth it.
That's what I've told her, just to get her up there. No, that's always been a big dream of mine, is to drive the soft top under the lights. But Marc's not helped by showing me all the great toy shops in Birkenhead, in Blackpool as well. So yeah.
I have got another video coming out maybe tomorrow. I've edited today, because Marc Brooks Collectibles, the museum that I go to, I'm very good friends with Marc there. I went down to see him, and he said, "Have you got half an hour to spare?" And he took me to Lytham St Anne's to another shop, and the figures in there, I have not seen those. Half of them I've not ever seen before, and half of them I've not seen for years.
Yeah.
So I will be going back there.
Comics and Cocktail. I did that when I went into Manic Miners in Warrington. Rob from the Bounty Duo gave us the address for the store, and I walked in, and I took Lana with me, and I walked in, and I was like, wow, I remember that, and I remember this, and look at that one. I was off there. I was just gone. And she just couldn't keep up. And I was in and out of all the different rooms, having a look at all the different toys and stuff like that. It's just a brilliant stuff. But I really enjoy those sort of interactions with store owners that actually know what they've got in stock and can have a talk.
See you later, Lindsay and Alan.
You can have see you later, Lindsay and Alan. Enjoy your tea. You can have that conversation with them, and and they know what they're talking about, and and you can see their enthusiasm for what they're trying to sell as well. You walk into HMV, and the poor little girl behind the counter hasn't got a clue with half the stuff they're selling.
It's like what you were saying earlier about Dixon's. They didn't have a clue when you used to go in there.
Yeah.
You used to ask them a question, and they go, I don't know about that.
If I remember correctly, didn't Z work for either Dixon's or Curry's? So he might argue the difference there.
Some of us who actually took an interest in it did.
Yeah.
But that's it.
So,
employ
do you think
people that know what they're talking about?
Yeah.
So, as you're sort of like us, you sort of flirt in and out of the reselling world and all the different communities. Where do you see the future of collectibles and the markets for that? Do you see that on the likes of Vinted or eBay, or do you see the little stores opening up websites and web stores and stuff like that off these marketplaces. Where do you see the future lying?
I don't know, because I mean, high street is dying a death, isn't it? I think the best thing on the high street these days is charity shops. So yeah, I mean, like you say, HMV are going to stop selling these collectibles. I always said that, well, old days Toys R Us, they're coming back. Toys R Us is coming back, but they need to have a certain section for the collectibles. You know, like they do in America in Walmart, where you watch these toy hunts in Walmart, and there's a toy section, and there's a different section for the collectibles. Now, I went into Asda last week, and they've started doing that. They've got a different section for collectibles, which I thought was interesting. I know Asda used to be Walmart, used to be the same. So maybe they're getting the ideas from there still. So maybe that's the way forward. Keeping toys to toys, and do kids play with toys anymore? I don't know, but I think more adults buy toys than kids, don't they? So,
well, this is where the market is, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It's us that have gone into B&M and gone, wow, that's amazing. I remember that from when I was growing up.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with the new Indiana Jones line, Hasbro have given us the we've got the retros, we've got the 6-inch figures, but there's a kids line as well. So they know that adults are going to be buying those 6-inch figures, and the kids are going to be buying the toys. Hopefully, buy the little tiny figures.
See, the thing is, when you talk about places like Asda and Morrison's, them sort of places, you know, they brought everything in as a one-stop shop for everything, and then they've gradually taken things away. And it's the same with the media side of it. You know, I mean, there used to be sort of two sides. In my local Asda, there was two sides where you had all the media, and now you're down to like a small section. There's very little in Morrison's anymore.
Oh no!
You know, worst case scenario, I could get it from Argos, but then Argos went into Sainsbury's, so that stopped Sainsbury's selling any of it, and then Asda stopped selling it as well.
Asda's gone very heavy into DVD again. They've got the new releases on Blu-ray, but then any of the TV series or anything like that are all on DVD.
But you see, the thing is, go on.
But then any of the new box sets, like say John Wick 1 to 4, they don't have it in Blu-ray. They only have it in DVD, and they've gone right back down to that DVD level now. I don't know if that's because it's cheaper to buy it in bulk, or they're just not seeing anyone buying Blu-rays because they're in CEX the next couple of days, and people are going up there and getting them for £8 cheaper than what they're buying them in Asda for.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, have
you seen that Asda have started doing pre-owned?
Really?
My local Asda are doing pre-owned CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays. Who takes the stuff into Asda to, you know?
It's a trade.
What is the procedure there? Because I've never heard of it.
I could stock them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I went into Asda today because Lou went shopping the other day and thought she'd do me a favour and pick me up a box set of the Superman movies, considering I've had it for about 7 years. I didn't handle it well when she came on and went, I've got you this. I was like, what have you bought me that for? Because I said to her a few weeks ago I wanted the Superman 4K tin steelbook box set.
And she's bought you the £7 box set in Asda.
Well, to be fair, it was £18 brand new, but it was basically that one. So I went back in today and upgraded it so I could buy. I bought, paid a bit more and bought The Way of Water on 4K. But I noticed there was quite a few in there at the minute, which is quite good. And I noticed they keep bringing out like I want to say a retro range, but like a deal range where they're bringing them out and it's like X for X, you know, like 2 for 15 or whatever. You know, so that's pumped some more into it.
They used to be £5, right? And then they used to be 2 for £7. So you're like, right, that's not a bad deal, that. And then you've gone to £7 each. Now the 2 for £15.
Yeah.
And you're like, right. So if they're meant to be £7 each and you're doing them 2 for £15, where's the deal? Because you've got a £7 and you've got a £10 range. There's no like low ballpark figure in that.
Yeah.
So the deal, the 2 for 15 should be on the £10 ones.
Yeah.
Right. But then if you're selling them £7 separately for the older ones now, there's no real deal in that at all.
But you see, just going back to what you were talking about with the toy side of it, like if I went to Asda, the only things I'd be buying from Asda, were toys wise, would be the Jada cars. Do you know what I mean? Like the Fast and Furious, the Batmobile, Knight Rider, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've got a good selection of Halo figures in our Asda.
There's not a lot in ours.
But like I say, they used to do Transformers. They used to do a lot of the Marvel stuff. And they seem to be moving away from the stuff that you're seeing in HMV at the moment. They're moving away from that for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's a long time since I saw any Black Series in Asda.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they used to do Asda exclusives, because I had that Groot, didn't I? That Ravager Groot, and that was an Asda exclusive in the box.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kieran.
But they've stopped doing those exclusive toys as well. It's strange. I don't know. This is why I was asking the question: where do you see the future in this? Because I go to like cash generators and cash converters in Warrington. That's usually quite good for figures. Now I've found out that I've got competition in the local area now, so I need to get in there first. Cash generators as well in the Golden Square, that usually has good figures. But if you've got to go to those second-hand type of shops to get your good figures, because you can't buy them new here without going to somewhere like Worlds Apart and Forbidden Planet, and their prices are extortionate for these new figures. Are they pricing people, I suppose the question I'm asking here, are they pricing people out of buying them new, but then you're also driving the price up for second-hand because you can't really get them second-hand? Are they becoming more desirable?
Where there's a collector's market, there's always going to be value in stuff in there. You know, the only time it'll drop is if nobody wants an Indiana Jones figure. You know, there's always going to be a market. Well, there's always going to be a market for them, and especially nowadays, I think anything they produce nowadays, it's not going to have the same traction as back in the day. So there's going to be less of them available to buy pre-owned. You know, I mean, you can always find, if you go into somewhere like B&M or Own Bargains or like that, you're always going to find that one figure that nobody wants to buy. But anything else that's produced is generally, it's not. I don't think they're not selling anywhere near as many as they used to, did they? So there'll always be a market for them ones.
I'm not going to lie. A lot of my Titans returns up here I got from B&M.
Yeah,
because B&M must have just bought a whole lot from like Smiths or somewhere like that and decided we're going to do it, and then they were knocking them out for pence. I was like, right, okay, I'm going to get...
Well, that's what Entertainer did. Do you remember when Entertainer got that big job lot of Star Wars stuff and then knocked them out for like £3-5? And then once they sold all the good stuff, all the crap stuff were left and they put the price up. It just baffles me that. I think, like I say, it's going to these independent shops for me that I love that will have maybe the figure that you do want. Say a Black Series figure.
Yeah.
Number 31 that you can't find anywhere. These stores will probably have it.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're not against doing you a deal either.
No.
They're not against doing you a deal. And that's the difference when you're walking into the Entertainer or to Smith's or somewhere. There's no, is this the best you're going to do on it? Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
It's 50 quid or nothing. You know, I remember the Entertainer selling the Kingdom. No, it wasn't Kingdom. It was Siege, because Ultra Magnus dies. It was the Siege Ultra Magnus box.
You can't even get through an explanation without sort of ruining something somewhere, can you?
So it was the Siege Ultra Magnus box, and it was a big white box, and it had Netflix written all over it. And you weren't supposed to know what character was in it, right? Everyone knew it was Ultra Magnus.
Yeah.
This one was open. It was missing 2 of the special collectibles that was with it. You know, the box was all ripped, and it was like they still want they're selling it for 50 quid on the floor, but they still wanted 48 quid for this ripped box, and I'm like, but half the stuff's missing. Someone's helped themselves to the collectible items in the box, and you're still knocking it out for 2 quid less. What? And yeah, it is what it is, mate. We're not arguing, and we're not. It's not open up for discussion or anything like that. In the end, I never bought a new one or an old one, and I very rarely buy anything from Smith now.
No,
because you're going in, and your selection's really poor now of transport.
Yesterday.
and they're still quite overly priced.
Yeah. And with Hasbro doing these boxes now where you can't see what's in them, you don't know what you're getting anyway.
No. Or the Japanese legend ones or the legacy ones, and the characters that you don't really know, and you're like, what does the figure look like? What does he do? And yeah, you know, it's gone are the days where you get something like this. Where you get something like that. You know, a big artwork on the side. You see the figure, you know, you've got everything that goes on the back of it. You know, the new ones, that'll all be enclosed. You can't see anything. There's no star scream on the side. It'll be just like...
No, you've got to have a picture of the actual toy on the box, not an artwork.
Yeah. It's... I don't know.
Yeah. See, Steve says I've still got some record vouchers for W.H. Smiths. Think I've missed out on cashing them in.
You never know.
You might be able to sell those vouchers
for Toys R Us. Toys R Us vouchers.
No, I don't know. So, what toy line? This is going to sound a strange question, asking you two this question. What toy line from a kid, for as you were a kid, do you wish that you still had now, or want to start getting back again?
I mean, the Indiana Jones line, the vintage Indiana Jones line, we never got in the UK, and if we'd got that, I'd have been all over that. So I'd like that, but it's obviously going to be the vintage Star Wars. I've tried to collect them, get the full 96 4 times, and I'm so close now. I just need a couple of blasters, and I've got with full 96.
Wow.
So yeah, it's probably that. Kenner.
You've got all the figures, you just haven't got the accessories.
I actually don't have a yak face anymore because when I went to the Star Wars Celebration, I interviewed Hasbro. I interviewed Patrick and I interviewed Chris. And I said to him, "Are you both collectors?" Patrick, you know what Patrick's like. I just collect modern. I'm a new collector. Well, you get them all free anyway. Yeah. Chris was an old school collector, and he says, "I've got every figure apart from Yak Face." And I said, "It's funny you should say that because I had it in my bag." He says, I've got it here. He says, "How much you want for it?" So we did a deal, and so Hasbro's got my Yak Face. So I do need another Yak Face, but apart from that, I need about 4 blasters, and then that's me done.
How much? The first one I saw was Yak Face, £18.95, and I was like, okay, that's a repro. That's a repro. Then I just searched a little bit further down, and I saw one at £699.99, 200 quid, 150. Yeah.
About 220, about 220 quid they go for.
Yeah, I think the ones that are
220,
cheaper have got like no staff with them or something.
Well, I sold mine to Chris for $400. So, you know.
So there you go, Steve. Do you know where we normally talk to our guests about maybe Monday's night stream? By the way, turned into a YouTube swap shop. Right, we've all passed our details on to everybody. We're all sending somebody
I've always
something
wanted
else.
to do that. I've always tried to do that. Do a swap shop stream, but it's just nobody seems to want to bother.
That's mental, that pricing.
I do have a spare Bespin guard. I don't know which is the best. Obviously,
you just can't make up your mind.
That one. We got the better gold. Because I've got that, just upgrade that. But I'm looking at the paint on it, and it's got the hand paint.
They don't even look alike.
No, they don't. None of them do. You can get so many different variations of every figure. So I've got a spare best.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, that is. That's Chris selling Marcs on eBay.
The Rob from the Bounty Bunch, the Bounty Geo, he had a great idea last week that he was selling us about the £10 toy hunt. We spend £10, so say I get you, then I spend £10 and I buy you a figure. Then little Steve's got me and he buys me a figure, and then we all end up spending £10 on each and seeing who gets the best deal for that £10 and who gets what out of that. That sounds brilliant. I'm so up for doing that. But
I think we tried to do that with a celebration, do like £50 bargain hunt. But it ended up not working. So that could be a thing where we all go out spending so much money and try and sell it and see how much gets the most, and give the profits to charity. That's what the idea was.
Yeah, the thing that we did a not so secret Santa for the last couple of years, haven't we, Steve? And with the resellers, and that was quite good because you was just getting the crap out of the death pile that they weren't selling or whatever to the value of £10. It was some of the presents that people got were brilliant, and it was definitely well worth doing that. But Secret Santa is always a difficult one, trying to arrange it with people online, because you're trying not to tell people who you've got and what's gone on. So we put everybody on a wheel and we randomly selected everybody, and we did it that way.
I did it at Christmas, but I split up the American people and the UK people, so we weren't having to ship abroad. You know what I mean? So
this was just UK only.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, everybody got Marc as their Secret Santa.
Everyone chipped in a tenner for his.
No, I use an app. I've got an app on the phone that it really sorts it all out. It doesn't matter if you've got an even odd amount of people; it'll sort it out. Because I'd like one person drop out right at the death after we sorted it all out, so I had to resort. So, I enjoyed doing that. I mean, I enjoyed doing things like that. Just getting people getting people an extra Christmas present, isn't it?
That's it. It's just the enjoyment for me, walking around car boot sales and picking figures up for £1 and whatever, and seeing what you can find and stuff like that. It's good fun. It's really good fun. So I'm interested in doing that. The swap shop thing, maybe that's something that we might try and facilitate on a Sunday or something. Get as many people on as StreamYard will allow us to get on and get some structure to it. That might be a good thing.
I've got a lot of things to swap. I've got so many things that I need to get rid of that are on eBay. And last week I needed money to get to Blackpool, so I reduced everything on my list, and I got so many offers. So I've sold so many things. That's why I've got 8 parcels to post. I sold the R2D2, and Just so many parcels to sort out.
So what we need to do is find out when you're next going on holiday so that we can get a decent sale on eBay.
Yeah.
A decent price.
The thing is, I always say to my viewers, like, you get mates rates, just message me that you view me, you're one of my viewers, and you get the best offer. Simple as that.
Yeah,
that's fair enough, mate.
Yeah, there you go, Steve.
Do you find getting rid of things on eBay keeps control of how many you have?
Fibers in the post.
Yeah.
He's brown nosing. He's obviously looking for a deal.
He's a viewer. He always gets a deal.
Yeah.
Do you find that being able to sell them on eBay though controls your amount of things you purchase behind you, like your stock level sort of thing?
I like going in charity shops, and if I pick up a bargain, obviously it's going straight on eBay.
Yeah.
I've picked up so many good things. So many good things.
Thing is now though, with you saying that now, let's jump into the reselling world. With you saying that now about the charity shops that you've picked up so many good things, with them knowing what they've got now, and they've got most of them have got an online as well. Are you finding it more and more rare that you're finding good stuff?
It is harder. It is really real harder. I mean, most resellers do the research anyway to know what they're going to get. They know if they see something, they know how much they're going to get for it. Like me with toys, I know I can see something, spot it. Sometimes I have to look and see, is it worth it? But most of the time, I kind of know, and I'll get it way up the odds on selling it. So it has got a lot harder in the last couple of years. I'm quite lucky where I live. There's about 8 or 10 charity shops, so I can go in maybe twice a week, and there's something different. But I mean, I've been pretty lucky. I have been pretty lucky in. There was a Star Wars lot I found last year. I got 150 pound worth of just weapons in a box, a big box of just plastic soldiers, and I got it for £3.99. I got 150 pound worth of just these bloody blasters.
Yeah.
So I got lucky there. So I've been pretty lucky. But if they see Star Wars or anything, it's obviously going to be £10. It's going to be a lot of money. I will not go in certain charity shops because I know they will overprice. They're overpriced.
I was lucky the other day because I was in Llandudno and I picked up G1 Jazz, a Run Amok, and a Scourge, all original G1s. The Run Amok and Jazz were 50p each, and the Scourge was £1.
Yeah.
So it was like they obviously didn't know what they had to charge me 50p for a G1 Transformer in great condition, and I think the days of that are gone. It's like car boot sales now. I pick up a Transformer and people go, "Oh, that's 40 quid on eBay, so I want a tenner for that."
Yeah.
It's like, well,
that's what I get from usually charity shops. The one charity shop that I do go in, the British Art Foundation, they say, "Well, that's so and so on eBay." Well, we're not in eBay. We're not on eBay. eBay's not the proper world, is it?
And with British Art Foundation being on eBay, if you're going to get 40 quid for it on eBay, why have you not listed it on eBay?
Yeah.
I check them at least once a week on eBay. They are good. They got some decent stuff on their eBay. Yeah. Really good. The good thing now, I've noticed on eBay, is when you go to like something, put it on your list, it'll tell you how many people are watching it. That's a good thing.
Well, it's just to entice you to buy it, though, isn't it? Because if it's like 50 people watching this one toy, like, I need to buy this now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he's saying there the charity shops around him are tough to get anything on cheap deals. Obviously, if you go into like the toy fairs and the Comic Cons and stuff like that, and do you pay for like the early bird access to get the good deals from the traders, or do you just go in normal?
No. Usually, if it's like a Comic Con and something like that, I will try and get media passes, so I will get in early. But not toy fairs. No. I've just toy fairs for me. It's just like I'm a kid in a candy shop because there's just too much stuff, and I'm like, oh. So there's always something good to find whatever time in a toy fair.
Yeah.
I once found a pop-up lightsaber R2D2 in a pound box in a toy fair.
Pop-up lightsaber R2D2.
Yeah.
His head opens.
Yeah, they go for about £500 to £700. Obviously, didn't have his lightsaber. That's what you're paying for. You're paying like 250, 300 just for the lightsaber.
Oh, I know what you mean now.
But
bloody hell, yeah.
That's probably one thing I would not sell.
It fires the lightsaber out.
Yeah, you turn it around and it pops up a bit.
Yeah.
See, to be honest, toy fairs are now asking more or less online prices.
Which is fair enough for them, really, I suppose.
I think... I don't know. I think the days of walking into somewhere and saying, yeah, I'm not happy to pay £30 for you take £25, £20 for it, especially in toy fairs and stuff like that, that you've lost your wiggle room there, haven't you? Trying to negotiate. I
think they're trying to stay competitive, though, Steve, to be fair. I think that might be part of it, is they'll be trying to keep the prices down, because otherwise I could just order it online.
But I'm going to places like Toy Fairs. Z would tell you when we first bumped into him in Bolton Toy Fair, I was off. My head was all over the place. I did not know what I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy something on every table that I didn't even know I wanted until I saw it.
Yeah.
Z was laughing because Lana was pulling me back. She was like, no. She took the card off me at one stage. You're not doing it. I was just going nuts. There was stuff there that I haven't seen. You said before, Mark, the stuff that you haven't seen since you were a kid, and stuff that you didn't even know that they released in that toy line. And I was like, oh, I want that one. That's only 20 quid. And it was mad. And that was the first aisle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those toy fairs were definitely something different. The Bolton one's different. We've had a couple of toy fairs in like Southport and places like that where it's just like two tables and a car boot sale.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it can be dangerous. A dangerous thing. The thing for me though is space at the moment. I just have no space for anything now. I would have to sell a lot because I do have my Enterprise is actually on eBay at the moment. I've got a bundle with both of them.
How much?
I think
How much is that?
I think I put it down to 450. I think I put it down to 450 just before I went to Blackpool last week. So I've got a few watches on it, so it may go. So I will have space to put something up there if I can get rid of it. Rid of it? I don't want rid of it really, but he's looking down. Yeah. So it's not necessarily the money. It's the space for me that I think about. Because I like the week before last, I went to Cosmic Toys. I spent about £55, and I knew I was going to Blackpool. I just bought the R2D2 for £150. I spent about £50 at Cosmic Toys. Then I went into because the bus missed. I had to go in B&M. And I found the Roach. I got the Roach for 20 quid. I thought it was the last one on the shelf. I've got to have it. So I've used it for Indiana Jones. So it's not necessarily the money for me. It's the space. I've got to think about where I'm going to put things.
That's it now. And little Steve's not got off his phone now, so he's looking at your store to see what else you've got. So you know there's at least 2 sales coming in this way here now. The
hey, mates rates.
Yeah. Steve's put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Quote mates rates for best offer. Now the as you know, the last couple of weeks, and I felt really, really lucky because I've spoken the Paul with the bloke in the market, and anything of my collection that I take up, he gives me fair money for, not necessarily what they're worth. He's still going to make profit. I'm selling it anyway, so I'm happy with on what I'm getting. So I'm picking up bits that he's got. So it's sort of like a Part X sort of an arrangement at the moment. But I've got rid of loads of stuff here. You can see in that I've actually got space between the figures where the other week they were on top of each other and you couldn't see what you had. And the room's looking a lot better now. Lana doesn't have palpitations every time she walks in about how much crap I've got in here now.
Have you locked her out of it?
Sorry?
Why have you locked her out of it?
No, I've thinned my collection down. Do you know when you're picking up figures?
You've caved.
Yeah, do you know when you pick up figures at a boot sale? Yeah, just a random figure. I'm gonna start collecting that toy line or your VR troopers or Beetleborgs or something like that, and then you get rid of it.
I just bought all these Indiana Jones figures in Blackpool.
Bloody hell!
The thing is, I've got 2 shelves of Indiana Jones there, and I've got my Knight Rider I'm building down there.
Knight Rider.
Yeah, the kit. The dig you see.
Oh yeah.
It's so heavy, so I've got it down there. So I've got to find somewhere for that. Then I can put all my indie stuff on this.
Is that the magazine ones?
Yeah.
It's like 350 issues.
120, I think that is.
Do you know what, Steve? I've got the perfect place for that. It's in that corner there. I'll just bolt it to the ceiling and watch it bring down the townhouse that we live in.
Yeah.
It'll be there. 1 week I'll be on the stream, and next thing you know, it'll be on my head.
Yeah, the good thing about that Knight Rider is I do get a lot of things sent free. I got that Playmobil Bird of Prey got sent free. Playmobil send me stuff all the time. The good thing about the Knight Rider is I get all the mods sent free as well. So it's got the little screens on the dashboard actually work.
Wow.
I've got the mod for that. And Steve's doing it as well.
Yeah.
Really?
So I've got all the mods. I get them sent. I get so much stuff sent.
So how much is it?
Hasbro emailed me this week and they said, do I want the Optimus Prime Transformer?
Yes, you do.
$700.
Wow.
Optimus Prime. Let me think. Yes, please.
Yes. Yeah. The one that transforms himself and talks. Yeah. You'd be
no way.
So that might be on eBay.
I've got a perfect spot for that there.
Well, that's it. I'm not a Transformer collector, so
that'll block your telly.
I'll do a review on it, and then might give it away.
Yeah.
You'll never miss your fucking episodes again if that's the case. Just in case.
I've actually got a giveaway this week. I was meant to do it tonight, actually. I got given that on the weekend, so that's going to go in the giveaway. I just put a lot every month for my members. I just put a big job lot of stuff together for them.
Right. Speaking of giveaways, right. I mentioned that on Monday that I had this. I'm clearing through my Blu-rays, all right, and I've cleared out half of them. I took 50 of them into CEX. They took 30. They didn't look at some of them because they ran out of plastic wallets. Which CEX runs out of fucking plastic wallets for discs? Bell ends. Then some of them that they didn't take because they were either out of print or there's a little scratch on the disc or whatever. And it annoyed the crap out of me because there was ones there that I've bought from them last week that I haven't watched that I thought, you know what, I'm not going to watch. I took him back up and he wouldn't trade them back in because there was a scratch on the disc. We have to be particular about the Blu-rays. And I'm like, but you sold it to me last week. How do you know you sold? How do we know that we sold it to you? Look on my account, here's my card. And you dickhead, you're the one that sold it me. I'm in the hour for am I an RCEX, Steve? Right?
I don't know. Not enough to send me stuff.
So it's like, I'm not doing it anymore. I've given up on CEX, Ellesmere.
Right, fine, whatever.
You're just done to me now. You're dead. Anyway, what I'm saying,
you're dead to me.
What I'm saying now is that I have got a selection of Blu-rays and DVDs that I will give away to viewers. So if you are interested in joining a giveaway, please do not comment giveaway after the show. Leave a comment. You'll be entered into a wheel next week. We'll draw it, and then I'll post the selection of Blu-rays and stuff to you at my cost. So please leave a comment out after this video, and we'll pick it up from there, and we'll do a bit of a giveaway.
Cool.
There you go.
Anyway, do you want to do wheels?
Are you in a rush?
Are you?
I don't know. I'm actually enjoying the conversation, Steve. I'm not trying to get rid of our guest.
Really? Because he's all about figures. Bloody hell, how long's this taking?
There you go.
I don't know.
It's taking ever.
It's all right. His hamsters stopped running on the wheel now.
Yeah.
Right.
I should have double broadband at the moment.
We're all running fine. It's Steve. He'll say it's the heat, but he'll do this in winter as well.
Can you not see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
No, my Wi-Fi is gone. There you go. I'm back. Now,
there we go.
The only reason why I run this is little Steve. Yeah, the only reason why I run this is not little Steve is he's too lazy to do it himself.
Best thing about his Wi-Fi is it keeps crashing, so you don't hear what you have to say. What have we got? Really?
Nice.
Bloody hell. Fair enough.
And on that bombshell.
Now, aren't you glad you pushed me now for Julia Roberts?
I'm so glad. We could talk about Pretty Woman.
Mm-hmm.
What a masterpiece that is.
Oh, did I tell you about my finger? I was at trampolining last night. No, this one. I was at trampolining last night, and I looked down, and I don't know what I did, but my finger was straight like that, but that bit was pointing out here. It was like that.
What?
Yeah, I dislocated it at the knuckle, and I didn't know how I did it. So I had to. If you look at my finger now, you can see it's all in odd shape there. Look.
No, I can't see it. Yeah.
Where's that finger there? See, it's all in odd shape. It's not straight.
Wow.
So I don't know what I did. I dislocated it.
Is it like something you'd see on bottom?
I had to pop my finger back in last night.
Oh.
So I had it all taped up when I come home.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, Marc, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, not only does he defy gravity with trampolining, but that's not natural.
Yeah, it's bonkers. You the camera's not picking it up, but it's not level here. So I've definitely done something to it. I don't know what I did.
Do you want to go get that checked out? Because that doesn't sound normal.
Oh no, it's all right. I can bend it just.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't know what I did.
Well, you obviously went like that, didn't you? You Obviously, went like that.
No, I was still talking to somebody.
Dangerous those
I was
trampolines.
still talking to somebody, and then I noticed it. But yeah, it just. Oh, my shoulder pops as well. I had to be really careful with my shoulder because I broke the rotator in my shoulder, and it just never set properly. So, yeah. But yeah, for some reason, my finger just see there. Look.
Yes, we can see it.
It doesn't.
It's like when your kids try to explain that they hurt themselves, isn't it? At this point.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're going to rename
it. What I did? Look at it.
Yeah, but you can.
see,
this hand doesn't look. This hand doesn't set.
No wonder Lana's downstairs. She's heard this story about 300 times since yesterday.
Yeah, it's ace.
You can feel it though.
Yeah. See, look, it doesn't shut properly. But yeah, anyway, so I dislocated my finger yesterday and had to pop it back in. Anyway, so we'll do the giveaway. So please, if you're still with us, leave a comment after the show's finished, and you'll enter into the draw. And we'll do that. So next week's featured actress is Julia Roberts. So we should have a good conversation there. Mark, we are going to put you on the spot now, sir. Your homework suggestion for me and Steve next week, and we'll review it live on stream on Thursday.
Well, I'm hoping you haven't done it before, but I think we mentioned it earlier. Blues Brothers.
Okay.
I see you're arguing against it, Steve.
We'll do Blues Brothers. I'm happy with that.
The musical Blues Brothers.
Do you know what? We'll watch it.
I've actually got a copy of that. Steve says Debbie does Dallas.
That for the wheel, is it? Can you imagine?
I'll put it on the wheel if you want it on the wheel.
No.
So what? Shabba, you have left a comment on one of the videos. I haven't replied to you because I haven't had a chance to transfer the 18 movies that you've asked to go on the wheel and the 4 actors that you've asked to go on the wheel. Shabba.
All right.
Now, these movies consist of... let me get the studio up.
Human Centipede.
You've only got a copy paste.
Comments. Shabba. Where's Shabba gone? Here we go. The Whale, The Man Called Otto, Little Shop of Horrors, Wonder Man, The Faculty, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Go, Shirley Valentine, City of Angels, Cocktail, Elvis, Pretty in Pink, Short Circuit, War Games, Inner Space, John Candy, Office Space, So I Married an Axe Murderer, The Best of the Best 2, Dragon, Dumb and Dumber, Independence Day, Dark Skies, which is already on the wheel, Alien Abduction, Incident at Lake County, The Sixth Sense, Artificial Intelligence, 21 Cloverfield Lane, and 21. Then he's asked for Kevin Spacey, Haley Joel Osment, Meg Ryan, and Dennis Quaid to be added to the wheel.
Yeah, that's enough for us for now.
That'll keep us going for the rest of the year. That's twice you've mentioned her now. Who's that? Debbie. I've only watched the first 8 minutes.
8 minutes? Lasted that long? Wow.
So, yeah, Shabba has filled our wheel. So, if you've got any movie suggestions or any actors you'd like to add to the wheel, then please leave a comment. Once the video has gone live, I'll pick it up from there. If we've already featured that actor or watched that homework movie, I'll let you know, and that's why it's not appearing.
Yeah.
And that way we're not doing it twice. If you recommend Starship Troopers, though, it will go on the wheel how many times that you recommend it.
Every single time.
It's like Transformers, the 1986 movie. That will have to go on the wheel every time someone mentions it as well.
Yeah,
I love
Starship Troopers is just a poor man's RoboCop, though, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It's a great film.
It's just a remake of RoboCop, but in space.
And 15 RoboCops. I don't know how you're comparing it to RoboCop.
Yeah, but it's no RoboCop, though, is it?
Nothing is as good as RoboCop.
Are we going to get into this? Are we going to get into this topic of conversation about Starship Troopers now, Steve?
No, because that's like that's banned from this channel.
You watch them together. Well, you can't watch them together, but watch one after the other. They're so similar.
I can watch them both together. Multiple TVs, multiple players. It'll be fine.
So I think they're in the same universe, to be honest with you.
You're just crushing him right now.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking because they're all the same director, aren't they? They're all Van Hoven. So, would you say RoboCop and The Running Man, Total Recall, are in the same universe?
Running Man, maybe. I wouldn't say Total Recall, so.
I
fancy watching The Running Man now.
Because I'd say The Running Man was probably closer to RoboCop in the way that the news and the TV and everything is sort of done. But then you've also... So when you look at the news and the way that the adverts are in RoboCop, you can understand why a lot of it then becomes contraband in The Running Man. You could understand the way that they changed the media world on that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's unusual. We're actually talking movies on Movie Chat.
That's mental. I know. It took an hour and 40 minutes to get to this point.
Shut up, you knobhead. If you provided any sort of input, we might have done...
So what's the link between Blues Brothers and Indiana Jones?
Blues Brothers and Indiana Jones?
And not Steven Spielberg. Well, it's partly Steven Spielberg. And why is Steven Spielberg in Blues Brothers?
Oh. It's the one time I've heard him shut up all bloody stream.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a big Indiana Jones.
The costume designer for Blues Brothers was a costume designer for Indiana Jones. And Steven Spielberg was coming to see her in Chicago to talk about Indiana Jones. They said to him, do you want to be in the film?
It's like you're a fan of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I read books.
Salma Hayek.
I read books.
Yeah. I don't know. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the natural end of the show here. For those of you that don't know, if I'm still on a stream any longer than after 9 o'clock, I turn into a pumpkin because I've got to get up early for work.
Not saying a word.
So I need my beauty sleep. Thank you for joining us on the stream. Please like the video. That tells YouTube to push our content out to other people. If you haven't already, then please hit that subscribe button. We are slowly growing.
Don't forget to check out Marc as well.
I haven't got that far yet. Stop.
Oh, come on, then. I'll wait. Go on.
No. He says nothing all stream, and then he wants to take over the outro. Go on, I'll leave it with you. Anyway, come on.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. Yeah, that sort of thing, innit? That's what you go through. That's what I hear from you.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Check out Marc.